I have been a strong supporter of the National Museum of the American Latino. And yet, this exhibit, which is the precursor of the museum, frankly fails to meet the goals and also the letter and the spirit of the law. My dear friend, Mr. Diaz-Balart, just mentioned about some of the things that Latinos mean in this country. But let me tell you a little bit about what that exhibit shows and tries to portray of Hispanics, of Latinos in the United States of America. I thought that when I saw it, by the way, and also, show of hands, who besides me has seen the exhibit? Okay, on the Republican side. I don't see, maybe one on the Democrat side. So let me ask you this. I thought maybe it would talk about, you know, the Hispanics, what they've done and what we've done in this country. But no. I thought it would talk about how Latinos have come to the United States and have succeeded. No. I thought that it could talk about the amazing contributions of Hispanics, for example, in the armed forces of the United States. There's so many examples, right? Obviously, when you talk about the Hispanics in the armed forces, a heroic Hispanics in the armed forces, going back to the United States Revolutionary War, by the way. Obviously, when you're talking about Hispanics in the armed forces, they could have mentioned, for example, as an example, one of the 60 Latino Medal of Honor recipients. No, of course not. They could have talked about Puerto Rico's 65th Infantry Regiment, known as the Borinquenos, Los Borinquenos, right? Who are recipients of the Congressional Gold Medal. Nope. Let me tell you what that exhibit puts as example number one of Latinos in the armed forces. Here it is from that exhibit that most of you have not seen. A convicted deserter. Does anybody here think that that represents Latinos in the United States Armed Forces? A convicted deserter? By the way, you have to search awfully hard to find that, as opposed to the numerous examples of Latinos, of Hispanic heroes who are so proud. We are so proud of what Latinos have done in this country, including in the armed forces, starting back to the Revolutionary War, the War of Independence. So you see, if you look at that exhibit, Latinos we are victims, we are deserters, and we are traitors. To my dear friend, and I do, by the way, I actually say that we say friends all the time, but Mr. Diaz-Balart and I happen to be good friends. But please excuse me for a while. Tú bien sabes que el ejemplo de los latinos como desertores es un insulto. Yo sé que tú estás de acuerdo con eso. Tú bien sabes que poner eso como un ejemplo y que los latinos somos víctimas y somos traidores es un insulto a toda nuestra comunidad. Yo sé que tú no estás dispuesto a aceptar eso. Los latinos no somos víctimas ni traidores. Somos la columna vertebral de los Estados Unidos de América. Y yo no estoy dispuesto a aceptar insultos. Pero quiero trabajar contigo para mejorar esto y lo vamos a hacer. So what I just said, you see, Hispanics are neither traitors or deserters or victims. The Latino community in the United States from the beginning of the Republic to now is part of the backbone of American culture. I am not willing to accept a government institution in this context insulting the Hispanic community in the United States. And I know that Mr. Diaz-Balart is not either. So I look forward to work with him. But by the way, I sent the message to the Smithsonian saying this was insulting, let's fix it, let's work on it. And their answer was lip service and nothing. Well, here's an opportunity to work together to make sure that we have a museum that talks about the reality of what Latinos, Hispanics mean for this country and not degrade us and not call us traitors and not show as examples things that, frankly, if it was for any other community, do you imagine if there was an exhibition about any other community and those are the examples shown? We would all be insulted. I'm insulted. I look forward with Mr. Espaillat to work on this, and I know that you want to do that. We want to do that. We'll work together. We'll fix it. But the way to do that is to make sure that the Smithsonian understands that we will not accept this patronizing, quasi-racist attitude towards Latinos in the United States of America. I look forward to working with you. I yield back.